Welcome to this edition of Arts and Times, presented by the Delmarva Almanac. Each quarter, we highlight local artists, our heritage, and our wildlife. Jazz musician Everett Spells plays saxophone with a clear, soulful sound. Born and raised in the Newport News, Virginia area, he began his music in school programs and continued on to get a degree from Norfolk State University, concentrating on the marching band and, of course, jazz.
We traveled and did some shows as a stage ensemble, learned a lot about jazz in general, met some famous friends. Of course, when I grew up in Newport News, I grew up with the Wooten Brothers, and I want to mention them because Rudy, who passed year before last, was my inspiration to start playing back in elementary school, in junior high. And he's part of the Wooten Brothers, Reggie, Roy, Joe, and of course Victor. These are all Grammy-winning musicians now. And also Karen Briggs, who plays with Yanni. Those were all friends of mine, Billy Drummond. So the program there at Norfolk State was a very, very rich program in terms of jazz instruction.
After graduation, Everett went on the road along the coast of Virginia and the Carolinas with a band called The Showmen, and then the Staircase Band. He then returned to Virginia and began a gig with the band Power Play, which included Jay Moore and Mike Irving. Their tour brought Everett to Delmarva.
So I got some help from Jay, my friend with the Power Play, about getting my tracks together, and started with some little functions in the Salisbury area, and it caught on. Just a saxophonist playing standards and popular music. And one day I took my CD to Fager's Island, which was on the reference of my wife now, Joni Spells. So she said, why don't you take your music there to see if they would like it? Well, the general manager there saw an interest in having a brunch, a Sunday brunch there, and this has been 8 years ago. So he asked, can you do that? Can you play all that music, by yourself? I said, sure, I can. So he said, well, I'm going to give you a shot. So I went in there Sunday and I played my jazz, I sang, and it has caught on to be a big thing for me every Sunday, playing at Fager's Island for the jazz brunch. Met a lot of great people there. It's blossomed my business in terms of meeting people and doing jobs with them, being it so that people are coming in transit every season. I've met friends that have come back and seen me play over the years. It's just been a blessed situation there.
Everett considers himself a jazz musician, even though his playlist spans many genres from the big band era to pop songs from the 50s through the 80s.
The singing came when I was with the Showmen. The backup band, which I was in, needed, when the show was done, we needed to provide some music for entertainment in between the sets. So our band was limited with singers, and so I remember Larry Tynes said, Everett, you need to sing something. And at that time, I had sung a little bit in the bands in college, but never really kind of adapted to or thought about singing something out front. And so I remember it was Billie Jean, the first song I sang. And it just extended from there because the band, just out of necessity, pretty much.
But be fair to this, I can't resist. I must insist. Your love I don't wanna miss. No matter what they say, I need you more every day.
I do my original music also, and I just put out, well, it's been some years now. The Loveliness of You is my latest CD, and really proud of that because the music on it is all my music, my original music with some standards, but I produced it all. I did the drum tracking, I did the piano playing, and produced it all myself. Whereas, you know, when I was with Power Play, and I did a CD, which was a great CD also, I might mention, called Saxation, with Jay producing that, Jay Moore with Power Play. I'm very, very happy with it. It's, I think, about 3 years old now, so I'm getting in the mood to do something new, and I'm going to do that probably with some friends of mine in this area.
The loveliness of you. The loveliness of you.
Everett has a few students who are learning both classical and jazz traditions from him.
Well, the thing you would want to do if you were a musician or new starting, you would want to listen to, you know, if you're a classical player, listen to the classical saxophonist. And listening, I feel, is one of the most important things in terms of learning how to play an instrument. Listening to whomever you like, and listening to all genres of saxophone music, say for example.
Playing dinner music is a unique talent that takes getting used to for most musicians.
Of course, it has to be, you know, tapered to that particular setting. You have to, in a lot of circumstances, you have to play really quiet, and that is an art in itself for a musician, especially a saxophonist, in which you got to kind of put a lot of air into it and play it at a certain way to get that sound out. But I've been able to master it, I think, and it's been a challenge, but yet been self-fulfilling too. It was just a sense of joy in them, taking them to a place of peace and happiness. Sometimes it's expressed in tears, sometimes it's expressed in laughter, and sometimes you don't really see it in the situation I'm playing, because people are usually dining and eating, but when they're walking out, they're saying, wow, wonderful music, thank you so much, you played my song, you know, and those sort of things. And I remember that, or they will start singing with you, that type of thing. And then, you know, in your heart whether you've reached that particular person or audience. You know it, and you know when you're not. But the joy is trying to. A lot of it is playing the right songs at the right time too, and that's something that you acquire with experience. I love playing saxophone, and it's just something that I think I was blessed to do, and I just enjoy doing it. Playing saxophone is a lifelong endeavor, and to get better at it is just something we have to work at continuously, and so that would be my main focus, to be a better saxophone player.
Everett Spells is based in Salisbury and is a featured performer for the Wicomico Yacht Club's Jazz Nights and at a number of popular beach restaurants and night spots around Ocean City and southern Delaware. He's available to play for private engagements. Find out more about Everett at everettspells.com. And listen to the next 3 clips on this playlist to hear Everett's original songs and 1 holiday selection. Thank you for watching this edition of Arts and Times, presented by the Delmarva Almanac, a Moonshell production. This online publication is made possible by Worcester County Tourism. Visit the beach and beyond. Pick up the print edition of Arts and Times Tri-County Events Calendar at area galleries and cultural attractions. Eat, Drink, Buy Art on Delmarva. Visit eatdrinkbuyart.com and find out about the vibrant art scene on Delmarva and the towns where you can find our amazing artists, galleries they are shown in, and great places to have a meal and a beverage. Support local artists. Eat, Drink, Buy Art on Delmarva. Visit artsandtimes.org for other videos and a complete calendar of arts events on Delmarva.